I guess I was surprised at how capitalist and consumerist the whole thing is, because I'm like, okay, this is a communist country, I don't know, feel connected with other people and sharing and all this other stuff, and it's like, maybe it's just because I'm in Shenzhen special economic zone or whatever, and it's just like shit on top of shit on top of shit. Everybody has the opportunity to sell, everybody has the opportunity to buy, and it's just like, man, you're more hardcore about this than America. It's kind of weird.
If I go to the store or something, or buy something, or on the bus, I feel like it's pretty nice. Like, everyone's pretty nice. Like, I don't really have any negative experiences when it comes to dealing with the locals in my area.
I've met really nice people. I've met really interesting people, and I don't know, the social cues are different, so I can't blame, I guess, the entire culture on, like, or the entire society on the really twisted things that a couple people do. But there's a comfort with criminality here. Man, that's awful. But they're also really, really sweet people.
Alright, so, like, I've taken Chinese in school. I've taken 2 years. My Chinese is not great. My Chinese is, from what it appears to be, better than expected for foreigners nowadays. But I wouldn't think so, because a lot of times I go to places, I speak very basic Chinese, things that doesn't take a lot of like connections and building blocks, and it's just like, oh, this. And sometimes people are just baffled, just the fact that like they can kind of understand the things that are coming out of my mouth, but they shouldn't for some reason. So they're just looking at me like kind of in awe, almost like if you don't get sometimes when the appearance thing wears off, like people seeing you as a foreigner, kind of like speaking their language just brings that shock right back. Like they're just staring at you, just open mouth, and it's just. So the thing I just ordered, especially like going to fast food restaurants, they're sliding the menu to me, and I'm like sliding it back to them and just like talking to them, and it's just like they're sliding the menu to me. It's like, no, you can use your ears, listen to me. Like I'm talking to you. Like remember, like it's okay. So I tell them I'm okay. Sometimes I take the menu and like hide it, and then like I talk to them, and then like they're just so worried about like getting the menu. Maybe I think maybe it's that their own insecurity that they're not gonna understand. Like they don't want to say that they don't understand English or understand what I'm saying. Maybe, but it definitely throws them for when I like said to you Chinese to them.
Kids are awesome and energetic and curious. And maybe it's because I'm working with small ones that they seem to actually kind of care and be really fascinated by everything. And that's a really fun thing to play with, because, I don't know, at home, even fourth graders, they're so goddamn jaded about everything.
Some students scream, "Bao da tou," like from my head. But then when they got to know me, every time I come in, they're always, "Ashley, Ashley." They get really excited. They even gave me a nickname, S1E, because it sounds like Ashley, and I think it means like, "I love you a lot," or something like that. So it's pretty cool. In the beginning, they were just very amazed. They would crowd around me and stare at me and try to touch me. But they're sweet.
Alright, so my students were like overly excited, which is great. It's the warmest welcome a teacher could have, like, walking in. But I think the second class I went into, one of the kids got like, you could see he was like conjuring up his like, getting it already. His classmate is like nudging him. He walks up with a Sports Illustrated magazine and said, "Teacher, this is you." And I can't remember if it was like LeBron James or Carmelo Anthony or something, but no, it was Dwayne Wade. I was Dwayne Wade, apparently. But yeah, so the students, they were excited to have foreign teachers because everybody got a warm welcome. But it was nice to, it was interesting to be automatically equated to these superstars.
They didn't understand why I came to China when I could have stayed in America. They think that we have, or that we live a life of privilege. Not really, but they see the things that we have, and they know that their parents have to work a lot harder to get that, and they think it just comes to us easily because we have a lot of money. But in terms of comparing Chinese university students to American university students, I would say that some things are similar, such as being in class, sleeping, or on your phone texting, or not paying attention, or coming to class late. All of that's normal, you know. But in terms of social dynamics, a lot of the Chinese university students are going through what we went through in high school. So, for example, matter of fact, I took a picture of it. One of my students, I had him as a friend on WeChat, and he sent me a message talking about, are you a virgin, or, you know, asking all these other questions. See if I can find it real quick. I think they know that at the end of this, the university phase or the college phase is when real life is going to hit, and they have a lot of expectations from their parents that they're either trying to fulfill right then, i.e. getting married and finding a suitable partner to have a child with. And of course, finding a job. You know, a lot of them have part-time jobs just so they don't have to ask their parents for money, seem more independent, and that they can live a lifestyle similar to their parents.
Chinese people, they have this thing where they don't ask questions, they just make statements at you and expect you to respond to this. And it's like, yeah, you're African. I'm like, no, I'm not. Like, you know, like I was in Guangzhou a couple of weeks ago, and this guy was trying to sell me flipping like the calling card to call Africa. Like, calling card, call Africa. I'm like, who am I gonna call? My family all in London, like, you know. So yeah, they're very closed-minded as a society and as a people. In certain places it's a bit better. When you go like Shanghai, for example, here sometimes they will ask a question. They wouldn't just assume. And I've probably had so all of my experience in China altogether probably equates to about just under a year. I've probably only had 3 people that have actually picked up on my British accent, that are not foreigners. I mean, Chinese people that have picked up my British accent. I don't know if they even notice.
Listen, when you leave your hometown or wherever you're from, you know, 1, leave all that drama out there. 2, come out here with an open mind. 3, don't do dumb shit. Don't do dumb shit. Don't do dumb stuff. Dumb stuff like, you know, walking down the street and just breaking stuff. You know what I'm saying? Walking down the street, urinating in public. Going to a club and try to like do dumb stuff to the Chinese people, like play with their ears or play with their hair, or go into a club, for example, and try to steal one of the demo bottles of alcohol. You know, just look at everything like it's just, oh my gosh, how can you eat that? You know what I'm saying? Or don't only eat at foreign restaurants. Like, if you're gonna be like that, don't come. Because you're gonna have a super duper hard time, and then you're gonna wonder why everything is against you. Why things aren't going right for you. It's not them, it's you. You know what I'm saying?
I think that we adjust a little bit better than, I guess, our white counterparts. Because I know that a few people in my company have left. I know, you remember Matt, right? You know Matt? Yeah, Matt, he left, he went back, and then there's Oliver, you know Oliver, he left, and there's some other people I know that left, and I don't really remember. Do you know many black people who left, or anybody who, because like I had enough of this and I didn't want to go back home? I don't really know of any. So I think in that aspect, I think we kind of make do, I guess, maybe, and adjust and kind of stick things out a little bit better. I guess that's what I've seen.
You know, there's some crazy people out here. Honestly, yeah. My biggest disappointment in coming to China is like when I was coming out here and I got my certification, I was, you know, in a classroom with all these people that wanted to go out into the world and have these experiences. And I was like, these are like my 20 new best friends. Like, they were just all amazing people, all very positive, very open-minded, very adventurous. I was like, you know, this is amazing. Like, I'm going to go out there into this world and I'm going to meet these like-minded people. I was really, really excited to meet like-minded people, to see Chinese culture, but I really I didn't really expect that. I already knew that the Chinese weren't as open of a community to embrace me, so I was really looking forward to meeting other foreigners. But I was so disappointed with the types of people that are out here. Like, I always say there are like 3 kinds of foreigners. So they're like the people that I just described, people that just, you know, want to come out here, the retired teachers that are, you know, getting off their bucket list, people straight out of school, like whatever, like just they want to come to China, they just want to just see the world for whatever reason. Then there are people that I really think are running from something, whether the law, like they can't go back home. Like people that, you know, that you meet them and you're like, okay, you have to like look back after, you know, you're done, because like they're creepy. Like, you know, I'm pretty sure that people here that are bringing pedophiles and all kind of like just wrong kind of people. And then I think there are a lot of people here that are migrating. I don't know that if they're going to stay in China or they're like on their way somewhere else, but they're trying to find a home. And then they have a whole set of different kind of stuff going on, like, you know, but I say those like the 3 kinds of people. And I'm really only interested in like the first kind, and they're like the minority.
Yeah, Guangzhou we have Xiaobei, which means small north. You know what I'm saying? And it's an interesting part of town. Is from the fact of like, yo, this is huge population of Africans there, and just a smorgasbord of Africans. You know, you have your Muslim Africans, your Christian Africans, your Arabic Africans. As a matter of fact, my barber, he's Arabic, and he's out there. He lives out there. His shop is out there, and that's where I go. But I'll be real with you. Oh, let me backtrack a little bit. And it's like that because China and the whole continent of Africa. Yes, Africa is a continent, not a country. You should know that. Africa does big business with the continent of Africa. You know what I'm saying? They're like, I think it's for like Ghana, Nigeria, and there's one more country. They're like the huge supplier of like building materials. You know what I'm saying? To the point where like you now have literally just Chinatowns in these areas now. You know what I'm saying? So because of that, China has now relationships with these countries in which it makes it a little bit easier for these countries to give visas to their people to come out here to China. And of course, it's like anything else. You know, we as black people, whether you're, you know, black from Africa or black from Brazil or black from America, you know, you're going to set up a community. So Xiaobei is like a huge, big African community. So that's where you get like, you know, you can get your dashikis, you know what I'm saying? You can get your Muslim garbs. I forgot the name of it. I can't remember the name. You can get your burqas, get your hair cut, get your locks done, get your, you know, your braids, get all of that, the whole kit and caboodle. But yo, I'll be real with you, yo, I don't like to go down there because the cops are always out there and they're always trying to give people problems, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, wherever I go, as you can see by looking at me, I give off good energy, I attract good energy, and anything that's negative, that's got nothing to do with me. That's in the South Pole, and I'm in China, you know what I'm saying? So I tend to stay away from those type of situations. For example, I was there in Xiaobei, I was sending doing something for my sister-in-law, and I was sending her some stuff she asked me to buy. So I go in, you know, give the stuff to the shipping company. Yo, I walk out, I'm talking a paddy wagon. Like, you know, riot control, paddy wagon, and they're literally herding people in there. Black men, black women in there with the, what is it, the baton, right? The baton, you know, pushing them in there because I don't know what the hell the reason was. All I know is what I probably know is that their papers weren't right. So pushing them in the paddy wagon, which means they're gonna take them down to the police station. And in China, you go down to the police station, or no, actually, if you get handcuffed, it's automatic 2 weeks that you're in jail. Automatic, hands down, period. Unless you got like some super duper guanxi. Guanxi means like respect in relationships, and you got connections, or you know people who have connections. Unless you got that, it's automatic 2 weeks in jail. So I walk out the building, I'm like, yo, they're hurting all these people in there. And I think literally the only reason that they stopped was they literally couldn't fit any more people in the paddy wagon. So I'm like, nah, I'm sure I'm out. Deuces. So I literally only go down there just to get my hair cut. In addition to that too, there's a huge, black people population, not just there in Xiaobei, but just all throughout Guangzhou. Yo, we out here, black people. However, there's not a lot of black American people, black American men, black American women in China, period.